No i drodzy, dużo analiz odcinka 66. Teraz mamy tutaj Mobiego. Zobaczymy, jak to zanalizował, odniesiemy się do niego. Mam nadzieję, że wy będziecie mieli również swoje teorie. Lecimy. Mamy napisy, także nie martwcie się. Przegapiłem ten odcinek, muszę wam się przyznać. Późno doszło. W ogóle nie spodziewałem się tego odcinka. Powiadomienie nie doszło do mnie. No tu jest bardzo dużo tajemnic, dużo nawiązań i pewnie jeszcze wyjdzie o wiele więcej. No czekaliśmy ponad 12 więcej dni, nie, na ten odcinek.
I will tell you where the secret base of Tvmani's agents is located. What happened to the Titans from episode
Co? Wie, gdzie jest baza zlokalizowana Tvmanów?
65, when we will see the updated Titan TV man and when we will wait for the next 67 episode. The video turned out to be very interesting.
Oj, Tytan TV Man będzie naprawdę kozacki, moi drodzy. Także będzie naprawdę nieźle, moim zdaniem. Wszyscy proszą o lajki, ja też proszę. Dobijmy 500 lajków. Yeah.
The episode begins with an ominous Skibidi voice accompanied by explosions, and the first thing we see is actively attacking Skibidi toilets. Among them there is a Skibidi rocketeer.
No tutaj bardzo się dobrze bronią te Skibidi, to trzeba przyznać. Moim zdaniem, słuchajcie, za mało kamer było. W ogóle atakujących było za mało.
But they are destroyed by agents. Then the POV operator turns and we see large cameraman agents who are defending themselves. You can see rocket launchers in their hands. They had never used such strong weapons before.
No te wyrzutnie rakiet to niezłe są, masakra.
I assume that it is not far from the location that we saw in episode 65. Among the large cameramen, you can also notice a simple cameraman agent in whose hands there is a paralyzing gun. In some frames, if you look closely, we can notice a large speakerman.
No tam był speakerman, nie? Ale i tak moim zdaniem było za mało. Słuchajcie, było raczej za mało tych tutaj atakujących. To jest ciekawe, nie? No, to jest 25. Patrzcie, jedzie tam.
It is equipped with rocket launchers and as we see further, it is very effective against large and armored toilets, but unfortunately the helicopter is hit and it crashes and explodes. Next, we see how our POV operator picks up a paralyzing cannon and paralyzes one of the toilets, then hides behind cover again in the form of a car, and the second operator destroys the enemy from another more destructive cannon. We could notice this
No, to jest mega wyrzutnia tych granatów. I to no, ciekawe, gdzie się zgubił ten właśnie naukowiec cyborg. Ciekawe, nie? To mnie zastanawia. Gdzie on mógłby być? No i ten sekretny agent się tu znowu pojawia.
What if this message was sent to them by a secret agent himself, or it's just tablet glitches?
No właśnie.
In the tablet they see a terrible picture. It depicts
Wydaje się, że to zdjęcie jest fejkowe, po prostu fałszywe.
Now we can understand that the Titan G toilet from the previous episode was really fake, not real. Also in this frame, the Titan cameraman shows absolutely no signs of life.
No tak samo Tytan głośnik, ale wydaje się, że to jest ściema po prostu, słuchajcie, że to nie jest prawda.
His reactor also went out, and is it really the defeat of the Titans, or is it another fake for the agents to completely morally destroy them? Write what you think about it in the comments. And I will continue the analysis. On the tablet, we can also notice the serial number of this cameraman agent.
Ciekawe, co ta nazwa, znaczy ta liczba. Że 10 000 kamer jest? Ciekawe.
From the information seen, the agent of the POV operator lets go of his hands and he drops his tablet to the ground. Cameramen look at each other. One of them throws his weapon. They are filled with anger and they want to take revenge on the toilets for everything they have done.
No to jest w ogóle w taką furię amok wpadają, nie? Masakra.
I assume that this newsletter came to all the agents' tablets.
Newsletter.
All the agents in a rage run straight at the opponents. They are not afraid of anything now. They just have a goal to destroy all their opponents.
To wygląda, jakby nim manipulował, ten gość manipulował nimi, nie?
An unknown agent situation is shown near the POV of the cameraman, who is holding a
go
knife in
to
his hand. At first I thought it was just one of the cameraman or speakerman agents, but then I thought that all the agents were furious, and the secret agent himself was holding the knife. And this is another case that a secret agent helps cameraman and speakerman agents in the battle with toilets. POV cameraman takes a knife from a secret agent and
No i
destroys
ten
his
sekretny
opponent,
agent mu
after
dał
which the
kolejną
secret
rzecz,
agent
nie?
quietly leaves without leaving a single
Tylko
trace.
czemu oni w ogóle nie zdają sobie sprawy, że on tu
Then
jest,
the
nie?
camera turns and we see that most of
Dziwne
the
to
toilets
jest.
were destroyed by furious agents. POV cameraman continues to run and on the way he comes across a large military Skibidi rocket launcher that comes out of the flames. He looks very beaten up, his glasses are destroyed, and the rocket shells have run out. Next, a speaker woman jumps on him and starts quickly attacking him with her sharp knives. A dark speaker man also joins her and also quickly destroys this opponent with his knives. Next, we see how our operator is moving forward. Here you can also see how the agent speaker man deals with the armored toilet. Then the POV operator.
Ale to jest ciekawe, że ten głośnik dostał jakby niby strzelił do niego Skibidi Toilet, a on i tak przeżył to jakby. Najpierw upada, a potem wstaje i nic mu nie ma.
The camera turns again and we see that aimbot camera woman quickly destroyed all nearby opponents. Our operator moves on and then we can notice how the agent of the speaker man was shot from which he fell and then we see how a Skibidi spider appears out of the smoke. He approaches the operator almost closely, but then suddenly an armored, flying Skibidi rocketeer crashes into the spider's Skibidi, and if you slow down the video and look closely, you can see that it seems to be infected, and as it turns out
No
further,
tutaj TV Woman
he was
oczywiście
indeed
przyszła,
infected by
nie? Do
TV
niego.
Woman. Her head comes back
I
into
przejęła
place and we see
kontrolę
a
nad
female
nim.
trio and yes, my theory that in future episodes we will be able to see a female trio turned out to be true. We really saw all the girls in action on the same battlefield and to be honest it looks very cool. Next, the operator turns around and gives a helping hand to Agent Speakerman, as Agent Speakerman once extended a helping hand to Agent Cameraman. And this is just a wonderful reference to the very
No,
first
to jest,
episode.
słuchajcie, tylko odwrócone.
Agent
Także mega
Speakerman
fajnie
stands
to
up and a
wyglądało.
dark elite Agent Speakerman lands on the ground to our right. Next,
Lubię te analizy, słuchajcie. Fajnie co tak pooglądać sobie, odnieść się krytycznie do tego.
Spider appears behind the hangar and he has already loaded all his lasers on our elite guys. But fortunately at this time a glitch plunger cameraman arrives and demolishes this improved enemy with 2 lasers, leaving him without the main weapon, then blows his legs off and the enemy falls and explodes. And from a cloud of black smoke epic glitch appears
No i mamy
plunger cameraman.
ninja. Wszyscy
The female
specjalni
speaker and
agenci się tu
camera woman are
pojawili,
delighted
nie?
with the appearance of the cameraman's plunger, and TV woman seems to be telling us, well,
What a show-off you are.
then the camera turns
Popisuje się,
again
nie?
and we see the legendary greeting of 2 elite agents. And this is another direct reference to the Titan's handshake in episode 59. And if the Titan's cameraman and speakerman are really dead, it looks like these 2 will replace them, and the girls will help them.
To
What do you
wydaje
think?
mi się, że jak wiecie, Tytani są potrzebni, żeby z tymi wielkimi Skibidi Toilet
Write your
walczyć,
theories in the
nie?
comments.
No
And
bo
I will
innej
continue.
opcji nie ma.
Then the operator turns around and a large black cloud of smoke appears. All the agents froze in anticipation of who would be there, because their last hope is the updated Titan TV man. And in fact, at this point, the author could have ended this episode if he again wanted to divide it into 2 parts. But the weight of almost 2
No
weeks
fajnie,
did
że
not
to
allow
Boom
him
nie
to do
wdzielił
it.
tego odcinka
And the
na 2
episode is
części,
still
tylko mamy
going on,
jeden.
and from that
I to jest
moment, the
najdłuższy
second act of
odcinek
episode
ever.
66 of
Ponad 3
Skibidi
minuty.
Toilet begins. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are continuing. From this large teleport, a large number of strong opponents appear, led by Skibidi Scientist Titan. After that all agents begin to run away. The POV operator turns around and we see that TV woman hugs her girlfriends and teleports them to
No
a
i
place
tu
unknown to
uciekają
us
do
so far.
bazy
They are
TV menów.
surprised, because they were not ready for such a turn of events.
Telewizorów w
We
sumie, bo
also
tam
see
jest
how
też
the
TV Woman,
man
nie?
agent tells the plunger cameraman the phrase "Get out of here."
Więc
idiot."
nieźle.
Apparently the plunger cameraman wanted to be a hero, but the agents of TV Mans evaluate their capabilities and say that it is better to leave here now.
No ninja od
Next,
razu chciał
this
lecieć,
TV man
walczyć
agent
z nimi, no
teleports
ale
the
on jest za
dark speaker
słaby
man
na
to an
takie,
unknown
jeszcze na
location.
naukowca
And our
Skibidi.
POV operator sees that there is a big TV man agent in the hangar and is waiting for him, and his fellow agents are also waiting for him. The POV operator runs with all his strength into this container. He runs into it and sees another big cameraman agent running towards them, but unfortunately he is attacked by a Skibidi hybrid, which we saw in episode 62 and saws off the head of a big cameraman with a saw. The big agent TV man uses his blinding abilities, but the hybrid puts on glasses, then TV man utters the phrase "ugly ass," closes the container and teleports us to an
Naprawdę
unknown
dużo
place.
tutaj Tvmani
Next,
mówili,
the container
naprawdę.
doors open
W
and
tym
we see a
odcinku to jest
completely new,
niesamowite.
mysterious, and unusual place in which we see a large number of Tvman's agents. The big agent of Tvman utters the phrase "get out," and we get out of the container and see our friends with you, who were also moved to this secret place. Specifically, this is a dark speaker man, speaker woman,
No
camera
właśnie,
woman,
i tu
and
są
TV
ci
woman,
agenci
who
specjalni.
moved all the girls
Wszyscy
here.
tam poszli
Also
do
in
tego.
this
Może
frame we
dostaną
can see a
jakieś
large
ulepszenia
printed
też,
screen, and
nie?
it is still difficult to understand who this is. Perhaps this is a big agent of Tvman, and perhaps some kind of transport that we don't know yet. The phrase container lock is also written on the door. That's all I could see, but if you know the full phrase, then write it in the comments.
Ciekawe, musimy
Next,
się udać
the
do
POV
tego miejsca
operator looks at
potem,
the
wiecie,
top
i
and we see
sprawdzić
another
go.
big screen,
To za
as well
baza.
as a large number of Tvman's agents. I also assume that these are large windows, and this is the flag of the Tvman's race that is developing in the wind. Next, we see a completely new kind of Tvman agent.
No, naukowiec.
This is Tvman scientist. And
Nieźle.
here again my theory was confirmed that one day we will be able to see a Tvman scientist.
No,
He comes up to
powiedzmy.
us and seems to hypnotize us by saying the phrase "this remains confidential." This is a very secret place, and therefore I assume that when we are moved from here, the agents will forget about it. Also, this scientist has a very interesting accessory over his head. I assume that this is a magnifying glass.
Właśnie, co to jest, antena, czy co to jest? Pop filter? Co to może być, słuchajcie? To ma na głowie.
As well as I, assume that it was the updated Titan TV man and after
Czy to jakieś szkło jest? Słuchajcie, membrana, jakaś osłonka?
moved to this secret place.
Coś
So for
takiego?
such a large number of episodes we did not know anything about this place, because it is top secret. Further, when we see only a black screen on the screen, we also hear a secret message, which I understood as "let's fight."
Let's fight. Każdy mówi
But
coś
if you hear
innego,
something
nie?
different there, then be
Każdy
sure to
mówi
write
co
it in the
innego, co ta
comments.
wiadomość jest na
But I guess
końcu.
it still says the phrase "let's fight," because the description of episode 66 sounds like the final battle begins.
No może, słuchajcie, dajcie znać, co myślicie w komentarzach. Do zobaczenia. Sprawdźcie kolejne odcinki, teraz się wam wyświetlą na ekranie. Do zobaczenia.